everybody, welcome back to Let's Go Geo. As usual, I'm your field guide Heather, and today I want to bring to your attention some very interesting geologic and archaeological news out of Utah. If you haven't seen it already, human footprints have been found in Utah, tectonic and topographic, guys. So now we have a rock. Alright guys, classic red bed. Now these are end of Ice Age Pleistocene human footprints in the Utah Salt Flats region. These were actually found on the Utah's, on a Air Force training range in the Salt Flats there. And these were found by some Cornell researchers. Thomas Urban and his team were out there looking already at hearths that they found, and they suspected some other stuff there, and they did find some. Altogether, I believe it's like 88 different footprints, and these are adults and children. And when we find footprints like these, they analyze them, and these are suspected to be, you know, they're over 10,000, 12,000. They're probably over 12,000 years old. I don't know that we have an exact date on them yet, but they're definitely way back at the end of the last ice age. So pretty cool. There would have been humans along with a lot of interesting ice age now extinct animals. And what's fascinating about this is on the heels of, definitely pun intended there, on the heels of a recent discovery in New Mexico. If you saw that on the White Sands National Park region there, they just found some human footprints as well. Kind of a similar situation, a suspected wetland region where the footprints were preserved because these humans would have been walking around, and the infill of sand, so the mud would be underneath the sand, and when they step, they create an infill, and the sand fills it in, and that's what's helping preserve these footprints. Alongside the footprints, we are also finding some interesting things. We find that there are other animals such as giant sloths and dire wolves and mammoths and all kinds of things like that. So what's really cool about both of these discoveries is, as the researchers said, the coexistence of humans with these ice age animals that are now extinct, and just the idea that there was all these humans walking around in these communities and these big family groups, how neat, and then coexisting with these other incredible animals. We couldn't imagine really coexisting with those animals today. It's hard to even imagine their existence. But yeah, so yeah, both of them being pretty interesting, significant discoveries. And one thing that makes them really significant is that it just adds to the debate, often even heated debate in the archaeological community about the appearance and the existence of humans in the Americas. So what's happening here are a lot of discoveries actually over the last couple years and decades that are basically debunking what was once a widely held belief. That is the Clovis culture being perhaps the first appearance of humans in the Americas, but those were dated sometime around 13,000 years ago, and basically that number's been blown out of the water at this point with these types of discoveries. Again, we have now this Utah one that's 12,000 at least, if not older. We have the New Mexico footprints dated at 23,000. And we also have some other interesting contributions. There were the Bluefish Caves. This is in the Yukon, and there were artifacts and bones found there that appear to be have been processed, chipped by humans. So those were dated at 24,000 years ago. And there's MEADOWCROFT in Pennsylvania. Those were dated, I believe, 19,000 years ago. And even in South America, some more interesting discoveries. Speculation about dates ranging from 15 all the way up into possibly 30,000 years ago, and not completely confirmed, but possibly that old in South America, which really changes the story of human presence in the Americas. Now, Huaca Prieta in Peru was a site that was dated at 15,000 years ago, and they found evidence of humans who were killing sharks for sustenance. So very interesting discovery there as well. So if we put all of these together with a few others, we can see that there's an interesting story unfolding, actually just kind of filling in some questions while also making us have more questions about what the story of humans around the world and their presence in the Americas really was. So lots still to discover, but obviously a really cool story to follow. The most recent discovery being those Utah footprints. So check it out if you haven't already seen it. As usual, I'll put links and references in the description so you can read up on the story. I'll see you guys next time here on Let's Go Geo. I'll be bringing you more interesting geologic discussions about the Pleistocene and Cenozoic geology. So if you haven't already subscribe here to Let's Go Geo. Join me on the adventures in geology and geography. I'll see you guys there.